Should you summon Part 2 Tokyo Revengers featuring Chifuyu and Drakken? Ladies and gentlemen, this is an insanely hyped banner, a very anticipated banner ever since Tokyo Revengers got announced for the global version of the game. And let me just say, these two characters do not disappoint. Chifuyu, pretty okay, but of course Drakken is definitely the prize of the banner. But unfortunately, you know, as GS always does, the other two banner mates, yeah, not too great. But let's focus on the positives right now. Drakken and Shifuyu. So Drakken, we talked about him in yesterday's video. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend you go watch it because it explains pretty much why Drakken is as broken as he is. And just looking at his kit, you may not understand it at face value, but then when you consider all the other options and everything, you realize how crazy this character can really get. So because of that, I'm not really going to add anything to it because I would just be repeating myself. But the only thing I'll tell you is the dude's insane. Insanely good, very strong character. The prize of the crossover, in my opinion. Next, we have Chifuyu, which Chifuyu has probably been the one character that a lot of people just haven't been talking about because he's more defensive. He's not really like a super offensive character compared to, like, you know, Mikey and Drakken and even someone like Mitsuya. He's just kind of more of a defensive character. And because of that, you know, it's just not as appealing to some people as it is to others. As you see here, he's able to increase the BE output with the skill, with the art. He's able to revive fallen allies with 100% of HP, but you can't revive them again for 50 seconds after you revive them. But not only does his art revive, it also is able to increase everybody's stats by 30% for 10 seconds. And then you have his true art, which gives everybody a barrier, and it also reduces all damage taken by 20% and increases all allies crit resist by 30%. He has this unique ability that's able to buff up everybody's support equipment CT speed by 10%. He also is able to increase his own defense by 20% and a freeze resistance level 10, which means he has 100% freeze resist. And his equips are pretty good. 5-star physical, 5-star support, 4-star magic. It was a very solid tanking unit. He has some supporting in his kit due to the fact that he does have that 5-star support, so, you know, you can use stuff like Goku uniform, a limbs clothes, all that on him. He has some pretty solid damage resist stuff, so, you know, you're going to be able to survive some fights, you know, that may be a little bit harder. Possibly think maybe the mines or something, but like higher level floors, you may turn to Chifuyu to like kind of tank a hit if you don't want to use someone like Sandstone for an example. However, with him being a defensive unit and not having a defense slot is kind of weird because it means that his tanking really isn't that great, or him being able to support the team in terms of like damage mitigation and all that. So in that regard, like if you really need to tank a hit and you want to use like a mitigation tank, you're probably still going to be using Sandstone in most situations. But I think Chifuyu is still going to be an option for people who want to just deal some damage while also reducing the damage that they take. And then we have the next two characters, which is what? Felis and Muse, right? Yeah. Terrible. Well, let me rephrase this real quick. She has 100% defense ignore to all of her allies, and she also buffs up water units damage by 75%. So she's kind of like the water Daki to an extent, and her slots are pretty solid. However, her defense ignore and her damage up only lasts for 10 seconds, which is quite short if you're not nuking. But still, you know, she has the 100% defense ignore to everybody. If you don't have someone like Daki, you could use her instead, but Daki's available in the unit choice ticket. So if you need a 100% defense ignore unit, you could just get Daki, and he could be used pretty much everywhere. So yeah, I feel like that there's other characters that may just be better in most situations. And then you have Muse, which Muse is just a straight healer from what I understand. She's actually really weird because she's a stacking character, but she stacks healing. Healing doesn't kill the enemy. I don't understand why, but it's a fun character, I guess, if you want to see how high your healing can get. But good luck trying to go beyond that point because, yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with this character. It's okay, though. Now we move on to the verdict. This is what I would do. I think this banner is worth a summon for the simple fact that Drakken is on it. Drakken is an insanely strong nuking support character, not a damage dealer, as a nuking support character. With his 100% physical damage up passively and his physical resist down that he gives on his true art plus his slots, he's perfect for literally any physical damage nuke comp. Of course, there are some negatives to Drakken. He's not just like, you know, the god unit, and he's only really good if you're nuking. So if you don't care about nuking, you may not care about Drakken. And if that's the case, sure, go on ahead and skip the banner. But I don't think you spend all your crystals here. What I think you do is that you do your free multi, you get your guaranteed, you wait until the reset happens, and then you go in for Drakken again. See if you can maybe luck out and get him there. We're going to be having a ton of tickets and everything, so, you know, there's a lot of chances to hopefully be able to get him through out summons, through tickets, through crystals, through banner resets, all that type of stuff. So you're going to have a lot of chances to get Drakken. And then after it, maybe, you know, towards the end of the crossover, decide whether or not, you know, if you want to spend more crystals on it, or if you want to, you know, actually spend money or whatever the case may be, who knows. And that's the game plan. I think that even goes for everybody, by the way. Like, even if you're newer to the game, people be like, oh yeah, don't get into nuking and stuff like that, which is true, but I think Drakken will still be able to help you. He's going to be able to carry you through a lot of the early stuff anyway, due to the fact that he's going to be able to hit pretty hard himself, and he's always going to be good. Not only as just a nuking support unit, he also can be used alongside sustained damage dealers because it's just a constant physical damage buff on the team all the time. So tell me down below how you guys are feeling about this banner. Tell me if you think that Drakken is as crazy as he is, or, you know, maybe he's overhyped. I don't think he is at all. I think this guy is insane. If you're summoning on him, I wish all you guys the best of luck. Hopefully we all get him first multi, so we don't have to deal with the terrible rates that Grand Summoners has. Thank you all for coming out. It's been your bro P. If you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you check out either one of these videos popping on your screen right now. Great content, guarantee you'll love them. And oh yeah, before you leave, don't forget to drink water.